Hi, my name is Molly Moore, and I am the Associate Provost and Director of Admissions at the South Dakota School of Mines. I'm coming to you from my remote work location. I wanted to take a minute to acknowledge all of the thoughtful questions and concerns that you have expressed through our parent Facebook account and through my admissions team. We wanted to take the opportunity to put together a video series addressing your concerns. And we have pulled together 3 videos from our top university officials. Those include our president, Dr. Jim Rankin, our provost and vice president for academic affairs, Dr. Lance Roberts, and our dean of students and vice president for student development, Dr. Pat Mann. They will give you updates on the planning for the fall semester in their respective areas. We will continue to share information as we get it, and you can look for that information both on the parent Facebook group as well as through email. Please know that we are very excited about your sons and daughters joining us for the fall semester and hope they are too. And please keep those questions coming. We want you to feel as comfortable as you possibly can. Thank you. Have a great day.
Current students, future students, parents, and other family members. Hello from the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. My name is Dr. Lance Roberts, and I'm the Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Wow, what a spring semester. To the current students, thank you for all of your hard work. It was truly unprecedented what we had to do starting in March. To the faculty and staff, I also appreciate all the efforts to continue our semester on. About a month ago, our president, Dr. Jim Rankin, formed a task force to start looking at the fall semester. The task force was comprised of faculty, staff, and students, and our charge was actually to develop some guidelines for coming back in the fall semester. You may have heard that our Board of Regents made the decision that we would be back on campus come August. I was honored to lead one of the working groups of that task force, and what we did is we basically came up with a guidelines document that we've actually placed on our website. You can find it under the COVID-19 resources page, and it's actually under the fall 2020 semester banner. However, instead of having you have to go through that entire document, I thought I would spend a little bit of time and just tell you about some of the highlights that we're looking at for the fall semester. First of all, we know that we have a number of faculty who are categorized as at risk, or they live with somebody in their home that is also categorized as at risk per the CDC. For those faculty, we are allowing them to teach their classes online. And what we're looking at is mostly having synchronous type instruction where students can actually join the lecture live through Zoom or other platforms. So we're trying to make things as realistic and sort of back to the classroom as possible. We also know that we have to make some really significant changes to our classroom layout. You know, following the CDC guidelines, we know that we have to abide by the social distancing. And so we've actually looked at each and every one of our classrooms and actually came up with a layout that ensures that we're following those social distancing guidelines. To that end, it basically has resulted in anywhere between a 67 and 75% reduction in the capacity of our classrooms. So right now we're working with the faculty to figure out how we can best still accommodate face-to-face while again abiding to these social distancing guidelines. So faculty are looking at a number of different ways to do that. They're doing some looking at some hybrid type options where students might meet face-to-face one day and do some things virtually through video another day. They're looking at options where they might rotate students in a third of the class on a Monday, the other third on Wednesday, and then the final third on Friday. And for those that are not able to attend the face-to-face, doing again synchronous type video so the students can actually still be plugged into the lecture. We're also looking at ways to keep the students safe in our laboratories. Our lab sections generally tend to be much smaller, and so we're looking at ways that we can actually rotate the students in over that 3-hour lab period so we don't have the entire group of students in the lab. We're able to keep them socially distanced, and we're able to also clean equipment and supplies between each group of students. It is highly likely that some of our larger class sections may need to also go online just because given the social distancing guidelines, we just physically don't have rooms large enough now that can hold almost 200 students in a larger classroom. So we're looking at ways that we can actually accommodate those larger classrooms, predominantly maybe doing them, again, synchronous video, maybe having some separate recitation sections where we can break the groups of students up into some smaller numbers that we can actually handle. Again, this is an ongoing challenge right now, right? I mean, today is June 1st. The start of the semester is still 2.5 months away. Honestly, we really don't know what's going to happen over that time period. And so we're working with the faculty, we're working with all the departments, we're working on ways that we can still accommodate the best that we can based upon whatever the CDC guidelines and recommendations are at that time. So it is possible that some of these plans will change slightly as the summer goes on, based upon whether we do see an increase in COVID-19 cases, or hopefully what we hope that we see is obviously a decrease. A few weeks ago, we actually asked parents to submit questions through our Facebook page, and many of you did, and we thank you for that. We've actually went through and we've addressed all of those questions, and we've posted those responses to those questions as an FAQ, again, on our COVID-19 page. The reason that we wanted to do it as an FAQ is, again, we know that things are likely to change over the next 2.5 months, and we want to have the ability to be able to change and tweak those questions, the answers to those questions as the plan changes and we get a little bit more clarification on what the actual semester might look like as we get closer to August. So, please stay up to date with those FAQs, check those throughout the summer. It's possible that we'll be sending out some more videos like this too, just to keep you all updated. Again, feel free to ask us any questions that you may have. But overall, stay safe, enjoy your summer, and we look forward to seeing you all in the fall. Thank you.
Greetings from the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. I'm Pat Mann, Vice President for Student Development and Dean of Students. We sure look forward to meeting your sons and daughters as they join the Hard Rocker community this fall. When arriving on campus, they will quickly start meeting fellow students who will serve as role models, mentors, and friends. Along the way, they will experience campus life and traditions as they aspire to become future scientists and engineers. As we gear up for the fall semester, we realize it will be different due to the COVID pandemic. Health prevention will be stressed in accordance with the CDC recommendations. We have more options for single rooms in the residence halls, and dining services are adding more amenities to accommodate student needs. Monument Health Services has an on-campus clinic for students. They serve as a partner for healthcare needs in addition to our counseling services. There is so much more to share with you. Please check out our South Dakota Mines website for frequently asked questions and sign up for the parent-family mailing list on the Parent and Family e-page. We will also be communicating with you throughout the summer with updated information. In the meantime, please don't hesitate to contact me if I can be of assistance. In closing, welcome to the Hard Rocker community, and I look forward to communicating with you throughout this next year.
Hello, Jim Rankin, President, South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. And I want to thank you for putting questions on your Facebook page so that we could have a chance to answer them for you. I want to ensure you that we are working to make sure that campus is the safest as students, faculty, and staff return for the fall semester. We are really paying attention to what the latest information is by the CDC and our South Dakota Department of Health to make sure that we are putting those safeguards in place, really to make sure that we have a safe environment here on campus. If you're not familiar with the School of Mines, we're one of 6 public universities in the state of South Dakota, and all the public universities report to a board of regents. And you may wonder why sometimes we make a decision, or sometimes why it maybe takes us a few days longer than what you thought it should have taken. Well, we need to coordinate with the other 5 public universities in the regions to make sure we all speak with one voice on these issues. And so bear with us. Please know that we're working as fast as we can to come up with these decisions and make sure that we can communicate them to you and to your students. There's been for the last several weeks a task force working. They've been working on a report called Rockers Return. And we've had 20 individuals working on that task force, and they've included faculty, staff, students. We've even had a representative from Monument Health, which is our local hospital, and to make sure that we have the best information on how we move forward in terms of cleaning, access into the classrooms, how we do social distancing. And so they're really taking the latest information and putting it into this report. If you go to our website at stsmt.edu and go at the banner at the top of the page for COVID-19, when you get there, there will be a section that says returning students and new students. And in there, you'll find a link for fall 2020, and it'll say Rockers Return. So please go to that report, take a look, and see what information that we put out there. Just remember, the pandemic situation is very fluid. There's changes almost on a daily basis. And so as we see changes or we get new information, we'll be updating that report to make sure that it stays up to date. You probably noticed that universities across the nation are taking a look at slight deviations in their fall semester schedule. One deviation that's being looked at is stopping in-person classes at Thanksgiving. That way, when students go home for Thanksgiving, they would not return until it was time for the spring semester to start in January. So we are looking at that right now as the public universities in South Dakota, and hope to have more information on any deviations that we make to the schedule. If not this week, maybe next week. So we are working and looking at that very closely. And just in closing, again, thank you for asking these questions and giving us a chance to provide answers for you. Continue to reach out. We want to make sure that we continue to communicate. So again, thank you. Best wishes.